All right, today we're going to jump in and deconstruct a topic that, let's be honest, can feel super complicated. The actual technology that makes cybersecurity work. We're going to make sense of it up. Have you ever looked at all the security tools out there and just felt completely lost? Like you're swimming in a sea of acronyms and brand names? Well, trust me, you are not alone. It can feel really overwhelming, but I promise, by the time we're done here, it's all going to click into place. And this is the chaos I'm talking about. This map is basically the universe of tools designed to protect our digital world. It looks insane, right? But what if we just thought about it a little differently? Instead of a confusing chart, let's imagine it's a blueprint for building a fortress. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build that fortress piece by piece. So every great fortress has to start with its core defenses. We're talking strong walls and soldiers who are always watching. This is the absolute foundation of our security. First up is something called endpoint detection and response, or EDR for short. The best way to think about this is as your royal guard. See, their job isn't to watch the entire kingdom, it's to protect the most important people inside the walls. The king, the queen, you get the idea. In our world, those are your endpoints, your laptops, your servers, your phones. EDR is that dedicated guard standing right next to each one, watching for any suspicious behavior at all. And here's what those royal guards are actually called in the real world. You've probably heard of some of these names: CrowdStrike, Microsoft, SentinelOne. These are the companies providing that up-close and personal protection for all your devices, ready to respond to threats in a heartbeat. Okay, so while EDR is protecting the individual devices, network detection and response, or NDR, is watching the entire space between them. These are your sentries, the soldiers standing on top of the castle walls. They're watching all the roads, all the traffic, everything coming in and out of the kingdom, looking for any sign of an approaching enemy. And these are some of the real-world names for those network sentries. Tools from companies like Darktrace, Vectra, and ExtraHop are the ones giving you that bird's-eye view of the whole battlefield, spotting trouble on the network before it even gets to the castle gates. You know, one of the most common ways an enemy gets inside isn't by smashing down the walls, but through simple trickery. And that's where email security comes in. This is your royal taster. Their job is to inspect every single message, every link, every attachment for poison before it gets to anybody important. It's a simple idea, but it is an absolutely vital defense. Okay, so our walls are up, our sentries are on watch. Now we've got to control who gets in and out. This is all about guarding the gates. Think of identity and access management, or IAM, as your main gatekeeper. Their job is pretty straightforward. Check the ID of everyone who shows up. Are you a citizen, a merchant, an ally? They make sure you are who you say you are before they even think about letting you onto the castle grounds. This is your fundamental front door security for everybody. But look, just because you're inside the castle grounds doesn't mean you can go wherever you want. And that's where Privileged Access Management, or PAM, comes in. This is the elite guard, the ones standing in front of the throne room or the treasury. They manage access for the people who need the keys to the kingdom, your system admins. PAM makes sure those super powerful keys are only used by the right people at the right time and for the right reason. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. IAM is for everyone. It's the main gate. PAM is just for the powerful few. It's the key to the royal vault. You see, IAM asks, are you who you say you are? But PAM asks a much more serious question. Are you actually allowed to be in here? It's a really critical difference. So a smart fortress commander knows that a good defense isn't about just sitting around waiting for an attack. No, it's about proactively looking for your own weaknesses and fixing them before the bad guys have a chance to find them. This is where something called penetration testing, or red teaming, comes in. This is where you literally hire a team of good guy spies and you tell them, hey, do your absolute best to break into my fortress. It's basically a controlled attack drill, and its whole purpose is to find the cracked walls, the unlocked windows, and the secret tunnels you didn't even know existed. The mission for these spies is pretty simple. First, they do reconnaissance. They survey the castle, gathering intel. Then they try to exploit what they found to get inside. But, and this is the crucial part, at the end, they don't steal anything. They hand the commander a detailed report, a map showing every single vulnerability they found so it can get fixed. So if pen testing is like a big, scheduled fire drill, vulnerability management is the day-to-day work. These are your castle masons and your engineers. Their job is to constantly walk the perimeter, inspecting the walls for cracks, checking the gates for rust, and patching up any little bit of decay before it turns into a huge problem. It's the ongoing maintenance that keeps the whole fortress strong. Okay, let's do a quick recap. We've got guards, we've got sentries, gatekeepers, we even have our own spies. That is a lot of information coming in from all over the place, and it's useless unless it all comes together in one place. So, welcome to the War Room, the Security Command Center. Right at the heart of this command center is the Security Information and Event Management System, or SIEM. Just picture a giant map table in a war room. Reports from every sentry on the wall, every royal guard, every gatekeeper, they all get collected here in real time. The SIEM pulls all that data together so the commander can see everything that's happening across the entire kingdom on one single map. Now, seeing a threat on your big map is one thing, but doing something about it, and doing it fast, that's another challenge entirely. And that's what SOAR is for: security orchestration, automation, and response. This is the automated defense system that's plugged into that big map. The second a threat pops up on the SIEM, the SOAR can automatically trigger a response, like instantly raising the drawbridge or alerting the archers, way faster than any human ever could. And finally, the very best defense looks beyond its own walls. A threat intelligence platform is your external spy network. It feeds your command center with intel about what your enemies are up to. What new weapons are they building? Which fortresses have they attacked recently? This kind of intelligence helps you prepare for future attacks, not just react to the ones happening right now. So let's just step back for a second. We started with that totally chaotic map, but just by thinking of it as a fortress, we've built a really powerful, layered defense system. And here it is again. It doesn't look so chaotic anymore, does it? Now you can actually see the different parts of our fortress. You can see the sentries on the walls with NDR, the royal guards with EDR, the gatekeepers at the front with IAM, and that command center with the CM. It's not just a random list of tools anymore. It's a unified defense strategy. And this is really the most important thing to remember. Great cybersecurity isn't about buying one magic tool that solves everything. It's about building layers of defense that all work together. Each piece of our fortress has a very specific job, and when you put them all together, they create a strategy that's so much stronger than any single part could be on its own. And that brings us to one last thought. We've built our ideal fortress today, but in the real world, no defense is ever perfect. Every single fortress has a weak point, and the question you should be asking yourself is, what's yours?